If you are working on manifesting your dream home, or you would like to manifest your dream home, I want to make a suggestion, and this suggestion is based on personal experience. So the suggestion is stop. Stop trying to manifest your dream home, because if you are working on manifesting your dream home out there, you are setting yourself up to have issues with it. When I first started this channel, the first story I started working on was manifesting my dream home and changing my home story. Now, I did not manifest my dream home. What I manifested was a dream house. And that is very different from a dream home. And that's what I want to talk about today, is the difference between manifesting your dream home and your dream house. These are two very different things. And it's really important that you understand this difference, which I didn't 4 years ago, so that you don't end up in the same situation that I'm ending up, or that I'm in now, even though there are no mistakes, because everything is a learning experience, which this has been. But if you don't have to go through it, just why go through it? So that's what I want to share with you today, and give you another way to manifest this dream residence that you envision yourself to be in. So that's what we're doing today. My name is Hedley and I am a Law of Assumption coach here on YouTube, specializing in the teachings of I Am. That is my absolute passion, is reminding you of who you are, which is the infinite I Am of your reality, and therefore the commander of your reality, as long as you're staying in I Am. So if you'd like to know more about me or my offerings, including one-to-one coaching and my books, I Am Money, and my courses, Recreate a Specific Person with I Am, of course, you'll find all of those details in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. And if you are enjoying my channel and you're finding these videos useful, please do press that subscribe button. That would be most appreciated. Okay, let's get into it. I wanted to make this video because I know a number of you are working on your home story and manifesting your dream home, and that was something that I did back in 21 when I came into these teachings and started this channel. In fact, my home story was the first story I got to work on, because that had been the most challenging story that I'd been experiencing most of my life. And your home, it's like the foundation. If you don't have a good home story, then everything else is very, very difficult. So it's really important to have a home where you feel safe, where you feel grounded, that can be a sanctuary, where you can come and do this work. So that was the first story that I worked on. And I've got a playlist that you can go and listen to, in which I share how I did rewrite and change that home story. It is quite an amazing story. Everything happened incredibly easily, which told me that I was definitely on the right track. However, there's a couple of things I want to share with you in this video so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did, keeping in mind there are no mistakes in this work, and you can't make a mistake in this work. Even though you can, it definitely feels like a mistake, but it's really just a redirection. It's a mistake. And that's what this home has been. Manifesting a dream home and manifesting a dream house are two very different things. But if you're manifesting a dream home as opposed to a dream house, chances are you're going to run into some problems. The reason is you are your dream home. You, second person, is the dream home for I Am, first person. And if you are looking out there for your dream home, then you are missing the home that you're already in. And if you're missing the home that you're already in, then that must be reflected back in your reality. So I'm going to explain that in a little bit of a simpler way, because I know that that might sound a little confusing. Let's take it back to first, second, third person. So first person is I am, second person is you are, and third person is he, she, they, it, them, and the, including your home or your house that you live in, your address. Now, what we do, we look to third person for our dream home, and that's where all the issue starts. Now, that's what I did back in April 22. In fact, it was November 21, when I started working on my dream home. I began working on the dream home out there, as in my dream home exists out there. Now, whenever you go out there for anything, That's when we learn our lesson. That's when reality teaches us that lesson. And I have been taught this lesson. I have been taught it very well. And that's why I want to share it with you so you don't have to go through what I've been through over the last 3 years, which has been almost equivalent to a nightmare. It has not been my dream home. It's been my nightmare home. And that's because I was looking for my home out there. I was manifesting my dream home from the state of consciousness of not being in my dream home, of being in the home that I didn't want to be in and wanting to be elsewhere. Whenever you're wanting to be elsewhere, it means you're not wanting to be with self. And if you're not wanting to be with self, it means you don't want to be in your home. You are home, second person. Second person is home to I am. And second person is home in I am. So I am is home in Hedley, and Hedley is home in I am, and that is the dream home. That's the one true home. So I am home. I now know that, having been in this nightmare home. This house is everything that was on my list. I wrote a list the day before I came. In fact, I had driven by this house about 5 times and I was like, no, 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 no. And I just kept driving by. And then I wrote my list of what I wanted in my dream house. And the next day I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh, I've really got to see that house. And so I came and saw this place and it was everything that was on my list. Beautiful high ceilings, floorboards, 3 bedrooms, private, surrounded by nature. Walking distance to the beach, walking distance to a cafe, it was everything that was on my list. What was not on my list was the state that I wanted to be in my home. Nowhere on that list did it say I want to feel at peace, I want quiet, I want kind neighbors, I want a kind community, I want to feel safe. Nowhere on that list did I have any actual qualities of the experiences that I wanted to have while I was in my home. And that was the first mistake I made. I manifested the dream structure, but I manifested the nightmare home. And that's because I was manifesting this place from a place of lack. I was manifesting it from a place of not wanting to be in the place where I was living at the time and wanting to get out. And I had forgotten that I was already home not in the structure, but in Hedley. So when you are manifesting a home, the mistake is that you're looking out there for the home. You're looking out there for the dream home, forgetting that you are the dream home for I am. And I am is home to you. I am is the one true home. That's where we all belong. That is the one thing that we all own, is our consciousness, is what we do with I am. And I am is the infinite homeowner. I am is the infinite landlord. And if you forget that, and you go looking for it out there, that's where you're going to have problems. That's where you're going to have issues. That's where you're going to have nightmare neighbors or difficult landlords or whatever the story might be, or a house that breaks down on you. If you have a home story that isn't to your liking, it's generally because your awareness is looking out there for a home. And your reality is the reflection of your state of consciousness. So if you're looking out there for the dream home, the state of consciousness is that I am not the dream home. I'm not even wanting to be in myself. I'm wanting to get away from where I am. And if you're wanting to get away from where I am, you're going to create a situation out there that you want to get away from. You're going to have situations where you're kind of looking around going, how did I get here? I got to get away from this. And that's why I've had such a difficult home story, is because I have continued to move homes from the state of, I got to get out of here. This isn't what I want. I want something else. This isn't my dream home. I've got to go to another home and make that my dream home. And then I get there and then of course that's not the dream home because of all these other issues. So I can't look at this place as a mistake because I have gained so much understanding about I am, about myself, about my ancestry, and about just everything. I mean, this really has been the up-leveling of all up-levelings over these last 4 to 5 years. So I'm already in my dream home, which means there's no looking for home out there anymore. And when I know that I'm home within myself, then I am staying where I am, which doesn't necessarily mean this structure, but it means I'm no longer looking for a home outside of myself, which means that I'm not going to create another situation where the home is a whole bunch of problems. Because when you manifest a dream home from a place of lack or not wanting to be where you are manifesting that state of consciousness into just yet another structure. To manifest your dream home starts with knowing that you are already home and you're home in I am. So it doesn't matter whether you own or rent or stay at somebody's house. We are merely guests and custodians of the structures that we live in. But the structure you live in is not your home. That's the reflection of your home. Home is where I am is. And where I am is where you are, because you and I am are one and the same. So you are the dream home for I am, and I am is home to you. And that's what you want to remember when manifesting anything out there. So knowing that, you then get to manifest the reflection of the dream home. You can then manifest whatever structure you want to live in. But you're manifesting it from the place of I am already home, and I'm in the home that I love, and I'm wanting to be in this home that I am. Because there's no way you can get away from yourself. And by trying to manifest a home out there, you're only manifesting more trouble for yourself. Do not do what I did. Manifest the dream house, knowing that you are already the dream home. So I am peaceful and quiet. I am safe. I am welcoming. I am wanting to be in myself. I'm wanting to be home in myself. I'm happy to be where I am. Now, if this isn't true, it doesn't matter. You've at least got to start commanding it before you go manifesting any kind of structure out there. This is what you've got to start with. I am happy and home within myself. I am peaceful and quiet within myself. I am loving being within myself. I am fully present and aware of myself. I'm paying attention to myself. I am feeling expansive and open and free within myself. I am inspired within myself. You create the state of your dream home in I am. You do it with I am. You've got to claim the state of the dream home first, and then that can be pushed out and reflected back in your reality. And that's been the biggest lesson for me with this story, is that every single place I have lived in has been manifested from a state of not wanting to be where I was and wanting to be somewhere else. And so then I would manifest this place, and for a second it would feel like, oh yes, great, I'm in my dream place. And sure enough, everything would start to spiral from then on. All of the issues would start to come to the surface. And then, sure enough, I would find myself in a place that I didn't want to be in. I've got to go. I need to be somewhere else. Where can I go? I'm going to go here. Maybe here's the answer. Maybe this town's the answer. Maybe this house is the answer. Maybe this country is the answer. Because wherever I am, I didn't want to be. Not realizing that where I am is home. I am already home, because I am is home. And I am is home within me. And that's where you want to start. That's the absolute magic key with this. You are the dream home to I am. You are already home. And then anything and everything out there becomes the opportunity to manifest that reflection. Never, ever, ever fall into the trap of thinking that your home exists out there. That's the beginning of setting yourself up for issues and problems with your home. So come back to yourself, come back to I am, claim the home that you already are, and then move from there. Move from the state of I am already home. I am always home because I am always within myself. And then let the magic of reality reflect back that dream home as a reflection, not the source. So I hope that has helped in whatever you are facing in your home story. We all have one, and I hope that helps with yours. I also wanted to mention that I am doing a group coaching call each month. I'm going to trial it. It's called the Monthly Edit. I'm going to be offering that on the last Friday of each month. I'll put the link below and I'll put it on my website, and I'll also send an email out as well. So make sure you're on my mailing list to make sure that you get that. Have a wonderful week. Stay home in yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.